It's live! Hi everyone, I'm Melissa Benoist. I'm here to answer questions about the show, about Supergirl. Shall I start? Emily asks, can you tell us anything about the long-awaited Supergirl and the Flash crossover episode? Everyone's asking me questions about this, but I don't want to give anything away. I want you guys to be surprised. I think it's really, it's such a cool episode. And everything that you want to see is in there. Grant is awesome. The Flash and Supergirl kick some butt. Silver Banshee's in it. I think you guys have seen the pictures of her. She looks terrifying. It's really exciting. Okay, next one. Julia asks, will James ever tell Kara how he feels? I don't know. What do you guys think? Because their timing is pretty terrible with each other. And I think you guys can hang on for a little longer. Okay. Dawn asks, were you a fan of Superman prior to joining the cast? Yeah, I was. And then I was a fan of Man of Steel when it came out. I love Christopher Reeve. I think he's brilliant, and his version of Superman in the Donner movies they're amazing. And we actually try to pay homage to them as many times as we can. There was a little moment in episode 16 this past week, Flicking the Peanuts. That is from Superman 3. So we kind of tried to recreate that. Tristan asks, will Superman make an appearance on Supergirl? He has a few times now and then. He's made a few little tiny glimpses. He's come in. He saved Supergirl in episode 3 from Reactron. And you do get a little glimpse of him towards the end of the season because really crazy things are happening, and they are family, but we have to remember that this is Supergirl's story. Hi guys, I love seeing all these comments. I did watch Smallville, actually. Glenn Bosma asked, did you ever watch Smallville? And I did watch Smallville, and I think Tom Welling is an awesome Clark Kent. Let's have another question. Okay. Yisrael asks, was it daunting to play the role of Supergirl, or was it just like any other part? Parts of it are really, really daunting, yes. All the stunts and the physical work is the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And yeah, that part of it's really daunting. The other parts, like playing Kara in the office, that's like how I would approach any other role, because I'm just talking to another person. But when I'm pretending to punch people and flying and acting in front of a green screen using just my imagination and pretending like things in the stage are a big airplane heading towards a bridge about to kill people, like that can be difficult, but also really fun. Okay. Angel asks, will Supergirl team up with other DC female superheroes? I'd like to see you team up with Batgirl. Angel, I feel the same way. And Kyler Lee, who plays Alex on the show, her and I actually we have a theory that perhaps, this is just us, we are not the authorities on this, but we think that Alex could make a really good Batgirl. She's got all the gears and gadgets and the DEO to make her a really good Batgirl. Emily asks, if you could have any one of Supergirl's powers, what would it be and why? Whenever I'm asked this question, I always kind of take the cop-out answer, but it's not a cop-out answer. Like, I feel like it would be anyone's answer, because I think everyone wants to know what it feels like to fly. And I would choose to be able to fly. Because you'd be able to see the whole world, you'd be able to, like, I would want to go to the most remote places on Earth. I'd want to go to Easter Island, I'd want to go to Antarctica, I'd want to, like, see this entire tiny planet we live on. Joy asks, if the chance were to come up, would you ever want to do a musical episode of Supergirl? Why do you guys keep asking this? Everyone wants this to happen, and we kind of do too. Yeah, I think it would be so fun, and we're all singing on set all the time anyway, and I think there's so many talented singers. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard Kyler Lee sing, but she is incredible. And Jeremy Jordan, duh. McCod's a really good singer, and so is David Harewood. He's got like a jazzy voice. And Callista actually sings. Her and I had a sing-along singing Going to the chapel and we're gonna... I don't know why. So that song was in her head one day and we sang it for like 5 hours straight. And we couldn't think of any of the lyrics. How about another question? Simon asks, how was the character of Kara in Supergirl? How has the character of Kara in Supergirl changed you? In a lot of ways. The Kara Danvers is a lot like me personally. I relate to her a lot more. I feel like I know how it feels to be a wallflower. I think a lot of us do. Supergirl has changed me a lot. She's totally made me realize that I can do things I never ever thought I'd be able to do. She's made me braver. She's so good on inside out that she kind of holds me to a higher standard in my life to be nicer to people and to always try to do the right thing and work really hard, and her moral standards are impossible to reach, so she's always making me a better person every day, trying to be a better person every day. Skylar asks, what do you do for fun on set in between takes or on a break? That depends, and that varies from day to day. I just saw a fun question. Vicky said, can I scroll up? Favorite superhero show or movie? That's fun. I love the Michael Keaton Batman movies. A lot. I think the one with Penguin and Catwoman. Which one is that? Batman Forever? Is that one? I think it's that one. That one scared me. It scared the daylights out of me when I was a kid. Penguin is so scary, but Catwoman is awesome, and Michelle Pfeiffer is so good, and Michael Keaton's he's the greatest Batman. He's so good. Christian Bale's really good too. And I'm excited to see Ben Affleck. I am not judgmental of anyone that's ever played Batman. Okay. Skylar, I have to answer your question. What do you do for fun on set in between takes or on break? Well, I bring my dogs to set a lot, which may or may not be unprofessional. But they're awesome and everyone loves them, and especially my littlest dog, Millie. She is hilarious and has such a big attitude, and Hollywood has completely changed her. And she comes to work with me almost every day and hangs out in the hair and makeup trailer, and she comes on stage and she'll hang out on set and kind of be passed around from person to person. And so a lot of times between takes or on break, I'm walking around with her and hanging out, and it's such a fun group of people. Our crew is really amazing, and all the actors are really fun. There's not really a bad person in the bunch. So it's always fun, even when it's really hard. Okay. Oh yeah. Supergirl versus the Music Meister, music mind control villain from DC Comics. I was trying to tell someone about the Music Meister the other day, and I didn't know that this was his name, but he's the villain who can make people sing, and he's in the DC Comics. I think he's a villain in the Superman comics. I think that would be fun. So we found the solution to bring music to Supergirl. Next question. Waleed asks, who is your favorite Supergirl? Like, in terms of people who have played her, or like my favorite Supergirl in life? I'll answer both. My favorite, I can't pick a favorite person who's played Supergirl, because I think there are only 3 of us, and I've met both of them, and they're both amazing, and all 3 of us have made such different versions of her, have played such different versions of her, and Helen Slater's this majestic, warm, kind, open-hearted woman, and Laura Vandervoort's beautiful and has this awesome attitude about her. She's so sexy and confident. My favorite Supergirl in my life is my mom. She's so awesome, like amazing, and the strongest woman I know. She's braver than Supergirl I play, and she's awesome. Shout out to all the moms. And I hope everyone out there loves their mother. Tell your mom that you love her. Go call her now. Stop watching this. Gary asks, is there a certain style of martial art that you train in the show? We've done quite a few styles. We did one episode that didn't really work very well, where Alex and Supergirl were having a sparring session and in the DEO, and they wanted us to do I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of this, Krav Maga, and it didn't. We even read, when Kyler and I read the script, we were both like, well, this is gonna be interesting, and it was, to say the least. It didn't really work the way they wanted it to, but we do a lot of, our stunt team is like full of all these incredible and incredibly talented martial arts masters. Like, we have a lot of guys who used to be on Power Rangers, and they're so skilled. Karate and Kung Fu and all of that. But Supergirl's fighting style is mostly kind of a boxing inspired. She just throws a lot of punches and tries to hit the target. Donna asks, how do you prepare for the physical challenge of playing Supergirl? I trained a lot before I started working, and that was really hard because no one likes working out. And now, once I started actually working on it, and I did have to do a lot of training also with the flying and the wire work, and that's not easy either, but that's the part that's always fun. That's always a really good time because I'm in the air. And I did have to fight train because I had never fought anyone in my life. I know that's surprising. And I had to learn how to pull a punch on someone and make it look realistic, like I was actually, because I would kind of at first be like, I don't want to hurt you. And now I can't do that anymore. I have to actually like go at these people like it's a life or death situation. These aliens, I mean. So I had to train quite a bit to answer your question, Donna. Oh, I think I screwed this up. I got it. There's so many of you guys here. I'm so happy. Rafita Morales Donis asked, will you marry me? I can't. I'm spoken for. I'm sorry. Anthony Arocha, will the Arrow be crossing over to Supergirl as well? people are asking me this more and more now because The Flash and Supergirl have crossed over, and I think it would be a really fun idea. I think it would be cool to see Supergirl in those environments. She would just have to find a way to that Earth, because I believe it's a different Earth in the multiverse. Science confusing. La Torah, moms are the best. I agree. Here, I'll answer another question. Robin asks, have you ever just gone out to lunch with the suit on? I wish I could. I wish I could leave the premises in the suit. Unfortunately, I think I'd be tackled, and it would be taken away like that. It's under lock and key, and there are, like, I do have more than one for different purposes, so maybe I could find a way. Don't tell anyone. You didn't hear it here. Then maybe I'll take one of the suits. Because I thought it would be fun also last year to go trick-or-treating in it. I think that would be hilarious. I wonder how it would go. Katarina asks, what was the most important lesson that you learned from playing Kara and Supergirl? What do you hope we learn from the show? I think the most important... I've learned a lot playing Supergirl, but I think the most important lesson has been truly to embrace my inner strength. Maybe that sounds cheesy, but I think that I've learned to really stand up for myself and be proud of who I am, and totally just be okay with where I'm at, in whatever point of my life, and like be happy with who I am, and just live in my skin. What do you hope we learn from the show? I hope that you guys all can relate to that and like and find your own inner strengths, and pull strength from Supergirl, because she never gives up. And that's something that's always struck me about her, is that things could be really dire and she could be close to death, and she won't ever stop fighting for what she thinks is right. And that's really admirable to me. Donna asks, what was the hardest scene to film and why? There have been a few hard days on this show, many of them. And some of them have just been because of the elements that we were facing while we were shooting, like really hard weather. The junkyard scene when I was fighting Reactron in episode 3, that day was 104, 105 degree heat, and I was in this Supergirl suit, and we were in a disgusting junkyard where I'm pretty sure we could have gotten lead poisoning or asbestos or something. And yeah, I don't want to know what I was inhaling that day, but it was really difficult, and that was really challenging. There was another day when we shot Laura Benanti's death scene that was really difficult, partly because I was just sad to see Laura Benanti go. I loved her very much and loved that character, and I thought Astra and Supergirl had a really interesting thing going on. And also, that was another night that the weather was like, it felt like a hurricane in Los Angeles, and we were on top of this parking garage, and there was all this wind, and felt like I was gonna be blown over, and it was freezing cold, and that was really hard. But everything's kind of, there's a lot of challenging moments. Every day I'm challenged by something. I want to see what more you guys are saying. Let's see. Hey, a lot of you guys are just saying hey. Hi. Mary Terrell, your laugh after Kara torched her clothes with her heat vision reminded me of Astra. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. That wasn't like my laugh that I did on the show. Sure. Alex JJ, is Grant Gustin really cool? Yeah. He's really fun. He kind of is like his character. He's like so charming and amiable and laughs all the time. He's really funny and he's dancers and so he's always like moving around and he is kind of that speedy. Like he's obviously not as fast as the Flash. It's not humanly possible, but he's kind of like a whoop, whoop. He's always like doing that stuff. Let's see, who else? What other questions? Stephanie Yu says, is your personality more daytime Kara at Catco or nighttime Kara, Supergirl? And OMG, I love you, Melissa. Green heart, green heart, green heart, love from Hong Kong. Hi, Stephanie. I think my personality is more daytime Kara, but I can have Supergirl moments. And I think it's time for me to go. But this was really fun, and I love all of you guys, and thank you for supporting the show, and mwah!